49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. Huge league games and league tournament final games this week. We'll have the East Bay League final game with De La Salle, the top seed, facing Doherty Valley.
Willow Glen battles Christopher, and Berkeley meets Bishop O'Dowd.
Girls Hoops includes the first place battle with Bishop O'Dowd and Piedmont, soccer with St. Francis and St. Ignatius boys and girls, and the story of the Castro Valley tennis star battling lupus. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the East Bay League, where this season might have been just the most competitive ever. 5 teams ended up tied for the final playoff spot, but it was the top 2 seeds making it to the finals.
It's second-seeded Doherty Valley playing De La Salle, the regular season champ, and the top seed. The East Bay League tournament final game played at De La Salle Friday night.
David Pachulia being introduced as De La Salle takes on Doherty Valley for the East Bay League tournament title. The Wildcats draw first blood. Rashad Cotton Jr. over to Alonzo Walker III, who shoots and scores from three-point land. De La Salle answers right back as Ibrahim Monowar dishes it to Alanre Owubarudi, and the big man throws down the two-handed jam. Then it's Ibrahim Monowar letting it fly. It's good! Monowar from way downtown. But on the other end, Rashad Cotton Jr. fires and hits from three-point land. 22-19 Doherty Valley Wildcats after 1. Second quarter now, and Rashad Cotton Jr. kicks it out to Alonzo Walker III, and Alonzo makes it splash again from deep. DLS comes right back. David Pachulia drives, spins past his defender, and gets the lay-in to fall. But the Wildcats could not miss from deep. Here's Ryland Sevilla from three-point land. Bang! Ryland Sevilla from downtown. 36-27 Doherty Valley at halftime. The Wildcats continue to hit from deep in the second half. Cotton Jr. over to Alonzo Walker III. Walker for 3. It's good! 41-32 Doherty Valley. Pachulia trying to keep De La Salle in it. David shoots and scores from beyond the arc. He finished the game with 22 points, but the Cats were unconscious from deep. Sevilla to Cotton Jr., who fires and hits again from downtown. Then it's Rashad Cotton Jr. finding a wide open Devin Renola, and Devin sinks the trifecta as Doherty Valley wins the East Bay League tournament title. Rashad Cotton Jr. leading the charge with 23 points.
Senior night for Half Moon Bay as Stella Fisher is being honored, but Menlo Atherton looks to spoil senior night. Here's Lita Fakapalea nailing the trifecta from deep. Then it's Fakapalea over to Louisa Tafa from the top of the key. Louisa connects from three-point land. MA continues to nail the long ball. How about Molly Gray for deep? A 15-0 run to start for the Bears. 16-7 Bears after 1. But Half Moon Bay gets into a groove in the second. Here's the magnificent sophomore McKenna Glenn knocking down the long ball. Then it's Xochitl Nieves going with the little step back, and the senior cashes in. 21-15 Bears. Stella Fisher working hard inside, and Stella gets it to go. 22-17 Bears at the half. Third quarter Bears looking to extend their lead with Fakapalea hitting from deep. 14 points for the senior, but those Cougars continue to claw back with second chance points, and that includes this putback by Zoe Limoges. And the senior was dominant in the paint. 18 points for Zoe, making it look so easy. 37-30 Bears at the end of 3. But the Cougars would outscore the Bears 17-4 in the fourth quarter to close it out. A little back and forth passing with Jay Villalobos and Glenn, and Jade pulls the trigger from the wing. Got it! Half Moon Bay would continue to shoot the ball from deep. It's Villalobos to Nieves from deep. Got it! 19 points for the senior as Half Moon Bay comes all the way back to beat Menlo Atherton to win the Peninsula Bay League title. 52-44 was the final.
Senior night at the Kings Academy as Xavier Barnett and his fellow seniors were honored before the game. TKA on the attack early. Xavier Barnett dishes it to Claxton Aline, and the all-time school leader in three-pointers drills this shot from deep. Priory comes right back. Mate Palatai with the bounce pass to Caston Eggers, and Agent Zero gets the tough lay-in to fall. 20-18 Panthers after 1. Second quarter now, and Xavier Barnett spins, drives, and finishes to tie the game at 20. Lots of talent on Woodside Priory this year. Here's Jai Ghirardetti with the fall-away jumper plus the foul. But on the other end, Xavier Barnett finds Boss Moon, and the final boss throws down the one-handed jam like he's Michael Jordan. Then it's Hezekiah Cyrus kicking it out to Claxton Ladine. Ladine shoots and scores again from downtown as the Kings Academy takes a 39-35 lead at halftime. TKA pulls away in the second half. Hezekiah Cyrus going up high and down hard. Oh my! Now it's Xavier Barnett over to a wide open Scotty Beamish Jr. in the corner. Scotty for three. It's good! Then the pass is stolen by Boss Moon. Back to Scotty Beamish Jr. His three-pointer. Bang! Scotty Beamish Jr. again as the Knights take a 63-51 lead after three. Priory trying to stay in it, pass the ball around to Mate Palatai, who lays it up and in. But on the other end, Xavier Barnett to Claxton Ladine, and Claxton throws down the one-handed jam, and that got the student section fired up. Then it's Ladine from way outside, delivers! Claxton Ladine all the way from Stanford as the Kings Academy Knights win the West Bay Foothill League title on senior night. Ladine with 24 points for the Knights.
Piedmont Hills and Silver Creek in Beeval North action on Tuesday night. Piedmont looking to strike first. Axel Rubio creates space and puts a shot on, but Raiders keeper Carlos Alvarez makes the save. 22nd minute now, Jonah Gonzalez sends in the corner. Senior Julian Petty heads it in, and just like that, Piedmont Hills scores. It's 1-0 at half. Second half now, Ashwish Badra Gudar finds the back of the net for Silver Creek. The junior ties the game in the 41st minute, and his Raiders mob him. 10 minutes later, Carson Tran's free kick gets through to Arturo Duran Valverde. Goal! On senior night, the senior gives Silver Creek the lead. It is pouring down rain in the 61st minute. Matthew Arcorzo Alcaraz gets a hold of the ball, finds separation, and shoots from 30 yards out. The keeper gets a hand on it, but it finds the back of the net as Silver Creek scores 3 unanswered to defend home turf on senior night.
The Reiches Center brings us the Players of the Week each week. Scan this QR code right now to vote for next week's top athletes.
The winners announced in a wrap produced by the Reiches Center. Here are this week's Gary Reiches Players of the Week.
James the Spitter, 49ers Cow High. These are your Gary Reiches Players of the Week. Reiches Center. Isaiah Romero got the game on lock. A senior guard that just can't be stopped. 22 points is how much he dropped. He caught fire, he was flaming hot, making waves, and he's searching for a title. Gotta win, and it was against the rivals. Colorado Springs, where he will be residing. He's committed to be a mountain lion. Paige Spencer, playing for the Lancers. Playing ball, a game that she has mastered. Making the defense look like a disaster. Post game full of smiles and laughter. 16 points, 3 first half threes. Play at her position to get it done for her team. Trying to stack some wins to climb up the seed. Great competition in the Catholic League. James the Spitter, 49ers Cow High. These are your Gary Reiches Players of the Week. Reiches Center.
Coming up, it's a Mancini Sleep World dream matchup with Willow Glen and Christopher.
And first place Liberty battles second place Pittsburgh in the Bay Valley League when we come back.
At Bellarmine, athletics isn't just competition, it's tradition. With 40% of our coaches and both our athletic directors being alumni, this place is more than a school. It's home. They've lived the grind, worn the jersey, and felt the pride, and now they're giving back by building the same experience to the next generation of Bells. They return because they believe in what Bellarmine gave them, and they're here to pass it on. Bellarmine Athletics. Be a part of the tradition.
This is Jess. Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses US Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zarata. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Bernardi Zerata. Because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
What's the easiest way to put a spring back in your step? Finding the perfect mattress at Mancini Sleep World. We've got you covered with our Rest Easy promise. We're so sure you'll love your mattress that we offer a 365-night comfort guarantee. 1 year to make sure your mattress is delivering the comfort you deserve. We guarantee the best price with free next-day delivery with top brands like Tempur-Pedic starting at $29 a month. Feel the beat of better sleep with
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
For 15 years in the NFL, I thought I knew what football was. But since then, I've come to know the real truth. Football is made for girls. I'm proud to once again team up with the 49ers to bring the sport of football to the next generation of girls flag football stars through ensuring access, education, and opportunities for girls in the Bay Area and beyond. Because after all,
football is made for girls. Mancini Sleep World brings us the dream matchup each week. This is a game we thought was the biggest game in a week of big games. This week it's a Mount Hamilton Division showdown with Willow Glen and Christopher.
Willow Glen with 1 game lead over Christopher coming into this week's games. The battle for first place is our Mancini Sleep World game of the week. Jake was there.
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
Well, behind me, they're preparing for senior night for Christopher High School, but we have some time to talk about this matchup between Christopher and Willow Glen for this Mount Hamilton League showdown. Willow Glen enters this week 7-1 in league play. The Rams feature 6'2" forward Caden Moorfield. The junior is averaging 14 points per contest, but right behind the Rams are the 8-2 Cougars. Be on the lookout for Quinn Ledesma. Old L. Quinn is a lights-out player averaging 16 points per game. The Cougars are ready for this Mancini Sleep World Dream matchup. How about Quinn's dime to Anton Mendozona for the easy basket? Nicely done. Little inside-outside action for the Rams as Moorfield finds Miles Ingram, and the sophomore buries the long ball for 3 of his 9 points. Back and forth we go. It's Ledesma, Old Elk, paving his way to the basket. It's 11-8 Cougars after 1. Second quarter, Rams tie it up. We know Caden Moorfield is very effective in the paint, but he can knock down the triple. We see you, Caden. The Cougars respond with the long ball of their own. Mendozona, way downtown, you betcha. A wonderful shot there. Strong outing for Braden Gumabo. Dealt with foul trouble early, but is still effective when he shoots the basketball like this three-pointer from the wing. These teams were trading baskets all throughout the first half. Great move to the cup here by Mendozona. Hoop plus the harm. 20 points for the senior, but it's 27-26 Rams at the half. Third quarter now, some unselfish team basketball here from Willow Glen as Josh Kaminsky finds Caden Moorfield inside, and the junior gets the layup to go, and the Rams had no problem sharing the rock. More of that inside-outside action as Moorfield kicks it out to Gumabo in the corner. Yup, 14 points for the junior guard. But the Cougars aren't going down without a fight. It's Ledesma, Old Elk, doing his thing, chipping away with 12 points in this one. 39-36 Rams after 3. And the Rams would take care of business on the road. Fourth quarter, here's Kaminsky driving in, throws up a shot off balance, a friendly bounce, and manages to get the shot to go. And have yourself a game. Caden Moorfield, a dominant performance. 19 points for the junior, including this offensive rebound and the finish. Willow Glen improves to 8-1 in league play, beating Christopher 55-49.
It's a huge win. I mean, we just got to keep going. We got 3 more games to win, and then we win league. We just got to go 3-0.
In Gilroy with the Mancini Sleep World Dream matchup, I'm Jake Vanderbrook. 49ers, Cal High Sports.
Liberty with all the faith in its team. The Lions 1 win away from winning the Bay Valley League title outright. Pittsburgh looking to spoil it. First quarter, Joseph Jordan up ahead to Jaden Miller. Miller is about to have himself a big game. Miller, the inbound pass to Jordan, and JJ lands a jumper. Liberty leads 8-4 before Jaden Graves finds Terrence Wiley wide open for 3. Wiley cuts the Lion lead to 1, but not for long. Andrew Rendoni-Barra, the long inbound pass to Dante Vigil. Dante's Inferno, he's hot. 7 points in Q1 for the senior to lead it 17-13. Second quarter, Graves, the dime to a driving Khalil Bernard, and he gets the layup to go, but Liberty begins extending its lead. Miller drives to the rim, gets it to go, plus the harm, Liberty by 8. He's awesome in the paint, and Miller can also shoot from deep. Nico Zen dash to Jaden, who decides to pull up and shoot his shot from three-point range. 39-23 Liberty at the break. Third quarter, Graves finds Wiley in the corner. A very quick catch and release, and Wiley has 3 more. Desan Garcia gives it to Miller, and Miller sees open floor on his way to the rack, but Pittsburgh able to cut the Liberty League back to single digits as Garcia Euro steps his way through defenders and gets the bucket. Remember when I said Miller would have a big game? How big, you ask? A 30-point game, the junior nearly with half of his team's total points, and with that, Liberty wins the Bay Valley League title.
B-Val Santa Teresa action between Santa Teresa and Leigh. Longhorns out to an early lead. Demi Dobrilla to Amira Sorensen off the board. Now on the other end, Sorensen on defense swats the ball away. The senior making an impact early. Nice ball work here. Dobrilla to Olivia South. South to cutting Lindsay Takamura. Leigh leads by 9 after 1. The sophomore guard Jada Brown works down the lane through contact. Count it and 1. Jada's feeling it. Longhorns keep the lead before half. Dobrilla and Sorensen connect again. It's 27-18 Leigh at half. Second half now, Saints start off hot. Sophomore Elia Woodruff grabs the board and puts it in to make it a 5-point game. Saints looking for more, but Ashley Sabin jumps the pass. The senior captain takes off for 2 of her 14 points in this one. Now Santa Teresa with a takeaway of their own. Juniors Trinity Lacey and Alexia Huther combined for the steal and score. Saints down by 7 with 1 to go. But the Longhorns would hold on. Demi with 5 threes, including this one late, as Leigh wins to move into a tie for first with Santa Teresa in league play.
Gillette presents the Precision Player each week. This is a freshman or sophomore athlete already making his or her mark in sports.
This week, Gillette honors Daenerra Villegas from the Newark Memorial Soccer team. Just a freshman, Daenerra has 14 goals and 14 assists for the Cougars this season. For the best a fan can get this season, visit Gillette.com/NFL to purchase your Gillette Labs official 49ers licensed razor today.
D-Line Constructors brings us the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. This week's defensive play goes to Jessica Teixeira from Leland soccer team. Jessica with 3 consecutive crucial saves for the Chargers in their win last week. Jessica Teixeira with this week's D-Line Constructors Defensive Play of the Week.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Find us on Instagram at 49ers Cal High. We now have over 49,000 followers on Instagram.
Thanks to everyone who supports our show by subscribing to our YouTube channel with exclusive extended highlights, entire game videos, and of course the Covered Cal High podcast. It's all at 49ers Cal High.
Coming up, the showdown for first place in the East Bay League as Carondelet battles San Ramon Valley.
And St. Francis takes on St. Ignatius in soccer, but first, here is this week's U.S. Bank girls basketball poll.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
You didn't choose a European car for average performance, so don't settle for average service. At Euroclinic, we specialize in Audi, Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, and other marques, delivering expert maintenance and a refined experience. Valet pickup, exotic towing, a private lounge, meticulous service with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. Euroclinic, Silicon Valley's choice for European and exotic care, where performance meets premium service.
When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, man, it was one of the greatest days of my life. But that day was ruined by accusations that my birds only won to sell wings. You know what they're saying out there? They're saying the quarterbacks are scrambling, apparently, to sell eggs.
Eggs are delicious. Great protein.
Oh, Baker Mayfield's a bread influencer.
Yeah, the man does bake.
You know, football is not a ploy to sell
food. When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
The San Jose Police Department is recognized as one of the top departments in the nation. With competitive salaries, excellent benefits, and opportunities to grow, SJPD offers more than a career, it offers a calling.
As a former high school athlete, I wanted a career that challenged me and gave back to the community, and SJPD gave me both.
Good job, you guys. Keep going, keep going.
Protect, serve, inspire. Join the San Jose Police Department today.
To the girls' final game in the East Bay League tournament now, where the San Ramon Valley Wolves go for their 4th straight title. Ella Gunderson having a great junior season after being named league MVP last year and recently scoring her 1,000th career point for the Wolves. Again, only a junior.
Yeah, very impressive. Carondelet won the league title 5 years ago and was looking to take it back this week. The Cougars' Leigh Dixon is an outstanding senior point guard. Layla headed to UC Davis next season. The East Bay League tournament title on the line Friday night.
The East Bay League tournament final game has San Ramon Valley facing Carondelet. Surprise, surprise. Cougars down 8-6 when Olivia Smith gets that tough shot to go. Game tied at 8. But on the other end, Caitlin Mills needles her way through 2 defenders, gets control. The finger roll bucket is good. She gets the foul in the process. The student section having a ball with that one. Closing seconds of the first quarter, Smith to Janelle Navarez to Nyla Christopher, the go-ahead 3. Carondelet leads 15-14 after 1. When Hanya Bose gets hot, it's trouble. Mills to Hanya, and the Wolves take the 3-point lead. That is the start of a 15-1 run. Hanya gets the offensive rebound, finds her way to the rack for 2 more. Then it's Mills to Ella Gunderson. Gunderson drives up the baseline, delays the release. Gunderson then kicking it out to Bose. The sidestep, and that's one of 4 triples for Hanya, the junior, finishing with a game-high 23 points. SRV leads by 15 at the break. Carondelet with a booming sophomore and Nyla Christopher. 22 would finish with a team-high 17. The Cougars would get as close as 8 before a couple more big SRV runs. Gunderson on the fast break, a dime to Alyssa Rudd, and 1 for the senior. Then it's Gunderson capitalizing off the loose ball, taking this one in herself for the final of her 20 points. The student section helps celebrate with their girls, who are the 4-time reigning East Bay League tournament champs. The Wolves earning the #1 seed in the NCS Open Division playoffs.
Off to San Francisco now as St. Ignatius takes on St. Francis. The Cats looking to strike first. Aiden Higgins heads it on goal, but Thomas Santagadea makes the save. The Lancers get a penalty later in the first half. The shot is saved by Brady Fitzpatrick. Another shot on goal. Another shot saved by Fitzpatrick to keep the game scoreless. SI with a corner kick now. The ball finds Nicholas B. And Nicholas converts from close range as the Cats take a 1-0 lead off the set piece. But the Lancers come right back on the other end as the ball is kicked into the back of the net, and we are all even at 1. St. Francis looking to take the lead later in the first half. Jacob Carrera kicks it in the box. Jaden Piercy with the header, but it is just off target. Still 1-1 at halftime. St. Ignatius with the corner kick in the second half. Aiden Higgins heads it into the back of the net as the Cats take a 2-1 lead. Then later in the second half, William Robb passes it to Tyler O'Carroll, and Tyler shoots and scores for the goal. It's 3-1 St. Ignatius. One more for the Cats as O'Carroll finds Thomas McKeon, and the senior finishes the chance as St. Ignatius takes sole possession of first place in the West Catholic League. 5-1 was the final.
The Cal Hope Courage Award Scholarship Program brings us stories of athletes who overcome adversity to succeed in school and in sports.
Jake Vanderbrook now joins us now with the story of the Castro Valley tennis player and her battle with lupus.
Robert Aubrey Isabella Huskich-Cal is a rising tennis star with a powerful game and poise beyond her years. Off the court, she's battling lupus, turning every match into a story of strength and resilience.
When Isabella Huskich-Cal steps onto the tennis court, you see confidence, power, and control.
Awesome. I like how it was like a solo sport because I wasn't very good at team sports, and I love like the competing and the problem solving, and I like getting better.
From right when she got out here, it was easy to notice she's got a lot of athleticism, and she's a really clean ball striker off both sides, so she's got a lot of firepower.
What you don't see is the battles she's fighting just to be out here, all starting her freshman year.
I started to feel really tired all the time, and I was constantly taking naps, and then it kind of like progressed to like I would feel nauseous during practice. Like I started getting these really bad face rashes like around my eyes and like my cheeks. then yeah, I went to the tournament and I just like collapsed. And I guess that was like my breaking point.
Doctors confirmed she had lupus, an autoimmune disease that can attack the body without warning. For Isabella, it felt like everything she worked for disappeared.
When I found out I had lupus, I guess my biggest concern was like all my hard work being thrown away, like the last like 5 or 6 years being thrown away, and like if I would even be able to come back, like if it was possible or not.
It was a big shock because of my 3 kids. She's the healthiest one. So she's the one who trains, who does everything right, and she gets sick, you know? So that was a big shock.
Isabella was able to return to the game she loves most, but with lupus, every match or practice looks a little different. Some days she feels normal, other days even the sun or heat can trigger a flare-up. So every time she steps onto the court, there are adjustments.
I have to keep it in mind when I'm playing. If it's like too hot, take breaks and take a lot more water than I used to. I can't push myself as hard as I used to. I have to like know my limits.
She might look normal, but you need to understand that lupus is silent. The pain is real. She just wants a chance to compete and just, you know, to be amongst her peers.
Despite all the pain and fatigue, Isabella made it back, qualifying for NCS singles and helping lead her team to a second-place finish. She did it all while juggling school, practices, and routine medical appointments.
I feel a lot more positive and just like, I feel like I have a different perspective than I used to. I think my mindset's changed a lot and I try to play my best, compete my best, and just try not to focus on what I can't control and focus on what I can control.
All I want her is like to be happy and healthy, and you know, but I must give it to her that she has shown me how strong she is, that you know, that she perseveres, and you know, she's a hard worker and all those things. I'm surprised, I'm very proud.
She's super focused, she's super sweet, she's very hardworking, she makes many of the practices, she's just always super joyful, and she's an amazing contribution to the team.
Now, when Isabella Huskic-Cal takes the court, it means more than just tennis. Every serve, every rally reminds her how far she's fought to get back.
Through it all, Isabella says none of it would be possible without the people around her, thanking her teammates, coaches, everyone at Castro Valley, and her family for the constant support beyond every step of the journey.
Yeah, and she's doing well in school and obviously outstanding player.
Right.
Yeah.
She is so strong.
Yeah.
Very
All right.
strong.
Be sure to scan the QR code on the screen for more information on the Cal Hope Courage Award Scholarship Program.
Mara West Credit Union honors teachers all around the Bay Area for the great work they do every day.
Here's Isaac Basulto from Mount Eden talking about his favorite teacher, Dan Mai.
My favorite teacher for school is my geometry teacher that I had sophomore year. He's always been there, and he's just a teacher I can really chill with and have serious conversations, and he really doesn't treat me like such a kid, but more like an adult in his eyes. So I really appreciate you, Mr. Mai. Thank you very much.
Coming up, Berkeley takes on Bishop O'Dowd.
And playoff hockey with Bellarmine and Valley Christian. But first, here's the Pacific Pride student section of the week. This week it's the Cats Corner at Los Gatos. The Cats always bring in the funk and the noise. Brought to you by the University of the Pacific, the official higher education partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Meet the Johnsons, a young couple looking to start a family. Then there's Larry, the eccentric brother-in-law who likes to hold concerts every day. And he also believes that squirrels are spies. Ready to build an ADU loan on your main home, a second home, or an investment property in California? Get a Home Fast ADU loan with fixed-term financing ranging from $25,000 up to $500,000. Thanks to a Home Fast ADU loan from West, Larry has his own space. And the Johnsons, well, they have their sanity back.
On the field, you've got your team. Off the field, you need one too, especially in math. Bay Area Tutor for Athletes lets you build your own squad, up to 5 teammates for small group online tutoring, or go one-on-one for a custom plan. We cover algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, and more. Our goal? Help you meet GPA requirements, maintain your eligibility, and prepare for college. Because winning in the classroom is just as important as winning on the scoreboard.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Nas Griffin and his entourage honored with all of the seniors at Bishop O'Dowd Friday night. The Dragons breathing fire early. Here's Nas stepping back and lofting up a nice-looking three ball. Then Griffin on the run, weaving through the defense and scoring. O'Dowd scoring the first 12 points of the game. That was kind of a big deal. The Jackets playing even from there. Noah Miller for three. A little trouble on the dismount. Good defense by the Jackets here as Eric Thome draws the foul and goes flying into the wall. And now on the other end is Thome to Caden Gibbs down low, 16-5 Dragons in the first. Then send it to the corner for Xavier McFadden. Xavier with 2 threes in the second quarter off the bench for Bishop O'Dowd. The Jackets staying right there though. This is Kavi Javon crossing over and flying to the rack. That was nice. The Dragons extend their lead. Hitting from deep is Aaron Cascaro with a good looking three-pointer there. Look at this now. Gibbs gets the steal, and look out below. Caden with a monster slam. The Jackets go on a bit of a fourth quarter run. Camilo Chang nails a three right there for number 2. A terrific game for Dante Joseph, who hits for 3 here of his game-high 22 points. He's really good. But Bishop O'Dowd wins it, and the Dragons are your West Alameda County Foothill League champions.
Time for the Sharks Ice South Conference title game between Bellarmine and Valley Christian. Both goalies were on their A game early. Here's our Sharks Ice player of the game last week, Nicholas Chen, with a great save to keep the Warriors off the scoreboard. On the other end, Nikkei Pasola comes up with one of his 27 saves right here. No score after 1. Valley Christian breaks through in the second period. Wyatt Sharp finds Jonathan Heimlich, who taps in the one-timer as the Warriors take a 1-0 lead. Then a few minutes later, Wyatt Sharp finds Jonathan Heimlich again, and once again Jonathan finds the back of the net as the Warriors take a 2-0 lead. One more for the Warriors as Wyatt Sharp passes it to Elijah Maluku. Elijah shoots and scores to give Valley Christian a 3-0 lead after 2. Third period now, and Jonathan Heimlich finds Andrew Ho. Andrew shoots it between the goalie's legs and into the back of the net as the Warriors take a 4-0 lead. Then a short time later, Jacob Quaskett passes it to Jonathan Heimlich, who converts the empty netter as Valley Christian wins the Sharks Ice South Conference title and moves on to face St. Mary's for the Sharks Ice Hockey League title next week. Our Sharks Ice player of the game this week is Jonathan Heimlich. Jonathan with a hat trick and an assist for the Warriors.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award each week, leading to $10,000 in scholarships. This is an athlete who does great work in our community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Malia Robinson from the Castro Valley girls tennis team. Malia volunteers with Jungle Kids for Christ and last year traveled to Ecuador to help paint a church while empowering children to break the cycle of poverty and abuse. Now Malia shares why giving back is so important to her.
I just love doing it. I mean, it helps, it fills my heart. I honestly, I love doing it. I can't imagine myself without doing it. It's just how I show love to everyone else.
The San Jose Police Department is looking for top recruits to join their department to keep San Jose the safest big city in America.
So SJPD helps us honor top recruits in the Bay Area, and this week we recognize Aiden Leigh from the Dublin basketball team. Aiden's set to play his college ball at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, also known as MIT. Congratulations, Aiden Leigh, this week's San Jose Police Department top recruit. Coming up, the boys' side of the doubleheader as Half Moon Bay meets Menlo Atherton.
And the top two teams in the Shoreline Division, Alameda and Mount Eden, meeting on the soccer pitch. But first, here is this week's learning tip presented by Bay Area Tutoring Association.
Mix up problem types. Just like cross-training, vary your practice. Algebra, geometry, statistics, and word problems. Switching keeps your brain sharp and better prepared for any opponent on test day.
The Menlo Atherton Bears looking to wrap up a perfect league season Friday night against Half Moon Bay. The Bears with Aiden Atkins, Jacob Sutton, and Jerry Williams leading a balanced scoring attack.
That is a talented squad. Owen Perez and his Half Moon Bay Cougars looking to play spoiler by grabbing a win on the last game of the regular season at home on Friday night.
Gio Garduno-Mar being honored. He is now the all-time leading scorer at Half Moon Bay. And here's the outstanding southpaw shooter pulling up from the top of the key. Yes, sir! More Cougars in the first. Levi Meehan gets his first shot blocked, stays with it, and is able to knock down the fadeaway jumper. Thing of beauty, 15-8 Half Moon Bay after one. Second quarter, here comes Menlo Atherton with Jerry Williams knifing his way to the cup to get the basket to go. Half Moon Bay continues to shoot the ball from deep. Once again, it's Gio from deep. 19 points for the senior. Final seconds of the half. Bears trying to get a shot off. It's Jerry Williams from the corner. Good! 11 points for Jer Bear. 31-29 Cougars at the half. Third quarter, and the Bears want to push the pace. Give the rock to Aiden Atkins and let him do the rest for 2 of his 8 points. Back and forth we go. It's Owen Perez finding a cutting Meehan. Hoop plus the harm. 14 points for Levi. 35-31 Cougars. But the Bears tie it up at the end of 3. How about Jacob Sutton in the corner? Throws it up. Gets it to go. All tied at 44 after 3. And Sutton was cooking in the fourth quarter. How about this triple from the wing? Yes, sir! 53-49 Bears. Have yourself a game, Mr. Sutton. 26 points for the senior as the Peninsula Bay League champs close out the regular season unbeaten in league play. 61-56 was the final.
Diego Madrid getting crowned during senior night as Alameda hosts Mount Eden. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. The Monarchs on the attack in the first few minutes of the game. Diego Villas-Gomez sends a high shot towards the net and is just out of the reach of the keeper. The leading scorer for Mount Eden puts the Monarchs up early. 10 minutes go by as Luis Fernando Duarte chases down the ball, works from outside the box, makes a move and goes with the right and finds the goal. 2-0 Mount Eden at the half. Late in the second, the Hornets looking to sting as a player gets fouled in the box and the ref calls for a penalty. Matthew Cunningham takes the shot and gets the goal. 2-1 Mount Eden with 12 minutes to go. Final minutes of the game. Alameda with one last chance as the pass goes right to the Hornets, but Giovanni Montoya is there for the save. Mount Eden holds on to the lead and beats Alameda 2-1.
Venardi Zerata is the official injury attorneys for the San Francisco 49ers, and each week Venardi Zerata finds people in the high school sports community and highlights their efforts.
This week's Venardi Zerata hometown hero is Gary Deneen from St. Francis High School. Gary has taught for 40 years at St. Francis. He's announced thousands of high school games for the CCS, West Catholic League, and St. Francis over the years in 14 different sports. Gary also coached boys and girls tennis for the Lancers for 30 years and 3 years as assistant boys basketball coach. Gary Deneen, this week's Venardi Zerata hometown hero.
Albany's Construction knows a thing or two about hard work, and that's why they bring us the Dirty Work play each week. Doing the dirty work this week is Odin Chadiha from the Dublin basketball team. Odin blocks the three-point attempt here, leading to an easy bucket on the other end in the Gales' double overtime win last week. Odin Chadiha doing the dirty work just like our good friends at Albany's Construction. Coming up is the Euroclinic Girls Game of the Week with Piedmont and Bishop O'Dowd.
And the best in girls soccer as St. Ignatius battles St. Francis. But first, here is this week's High Five Top 5 goal scorers in the Sharks Ice Hockey League, brought to you by High Five Restaurant and Catering in San Jose.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Being a Hall of Fame football player isn't just about making catches and scoring touchdowns. It's about commitment to a team on and off the field. That's why you can trust the team of Bernardi Zarata, official sponsors of the San Francisco 49ers. Just like the hard work and effort I put into winning games, they put the same dedication into fighting for their client. If you're in need of an injury attorney, trust the dedicated team of Bernardi Zarata to be on your side.
This isn't just auto repair, this is EuroClinic, Silicon Valley's destination for European auto care. Located in Santa Clara, we deliver precision maintenance and repair with uncompromising standards. Enjoy flexible drop-offs, concierge updates, towing for exotics, and valet pickup. Your vehicle is backed by a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty while you relax in our modern lounge with espresso and private workspaces. Expect more than a dealer. Expect EuroClinic.
For over 65 years, Delta Dental has been at the forefront of progressive healthcare for all, offering high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. At Delta Dental, we're committed to pushing the industry to transform modern healthcare so your family gets more moments that matter for generations to come. Schedule your oral health checkup today.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
Time now for our EuroClinic Girls Game of the Week. The game MVP receives custom headphones courtesy of EuroClinic in Santa Clara, where European auto care meets uncompromising standards. This week's game is the battle for the league title in the West Alameda County Foothill League.
Piedmont comes into the game undefeated in league with O'Dowd 1 game back. The Highlanders won the first meeting by just 4 points. This is our EuroClinic Girls Game of the Week. Our Ivan Garcia was there.
These two teams met 1 month ago with Piedmont coming out on top. But today, Bishop O'Dowd is looking for revenge. The 4-year varsity point guard Jayla Stokes is a threat from beyond the arc. The Adidas All-American is coming off a 15.5 rebound game and a win over Salesian. But leading the Highlanders to victory last matchup was Taylor White, and she put on a show. Piedmont only had 6 players available, but the junior put up a double-double with 16 points and 16 boards. Will history repeat itself, or will Bishop O'Dowd come out on top? It's our EuroClinic Girls Game of the Week. Ella Bibbins driving into the paint and kicks out to deep threat Taryn Green. Swish! Piedmont answers back on the other end as Sinai Johnson gets the board, passes to White with all the time in the world, and drains the triple. The Dragons maintain a narrow lead throughout the first. After a few passes, the ball ends up in the hands of Stokes and goes down the net. O'Dowd leads 13-12 after 1. A low-scoring second for both teams, but we get some great defense by the Highlanders. Johnson gets up and swats the ball mid-shot. A few minutes later, Dragons team chemistry was showing as Emmeline Haw passes to Green. One more to the Ohio State commit, Myella Chapman, for the bucket. Piedmont gains the lead right before the half. White finds a cutting Andrea Martin as Highlanders lead 18-17. Piedmont only had 6 players available tonight, so the halftime break was huge and the Highlanders took charge. White dribbling it up the court, passes to Savannah Dennig, shooting from three-point land. Money. Later, it's Alexa Ba calling the shots, pulls up from mid-range, fighting through the contact. No foul call, but Alexa doesn't need it. Piedmont outscored O'Dowd 18-4 in the third. Talked about the defense earlier. Well, here's White poking the ball free and scores 2 of her 10 points in the game. But the fourth quarter, Dragons catch heat. More specifically, Taryn Green pulling up from the Chabot Space and Science Center. Green was playing out of this world in the fourth. Calls for it. Heat check. 8 straight points for Green, 11 points in the fourth, and the Dragons are down by 4. Highlanders trying to hold on to the lead. White to Martin under the basket, goes off the glass and down the net. Final seconds of the game, Piedmont up 2. Dennick drops it off to Martin. 23 points on the night for the sophomore as Piedmont wins the West Alameda County Foothill League. Martin played the entire game and scored more than half of the Highlanders' points. The junior sensation talks about winning league.
It feels really, really, really good, and we've made it a long way. We've been pushing each other really hard to get to where we want, and we're doing just fine. It was a very gritty win. We knew we were down some players, and we knew we had to stay together, stay composed, play as a team, play hard, and stay connected to win this game.
In Oakland with the EuroClinic Girls Game of the Week, I'm Ivan Garcia, 49ers Cal High Sports.
St. Francis is the only team still undefeated in West Catholic League play. The Lancers taking on St. Ignatius, still with a shot at the league title. Less than 10 minutes in, Marielle Del Santo sends an incredible ball down the field. Kendall Curry wins a foot race, sending a pass in the box, and Maya Meltz is there to put it away. The Lancers go on top 1-0. Just 1 minute later, this time it's Julia Malcolm sending it. Penelope Correa gathers and fires on goal, but Nora Aldrich gets her hands on it. It goes out of bounds, so the Lancers are awarded a corner kick. Lynn Bioun has the corner. A great ball there. It goes off Melt, and Muriel DeSanto is the one to put it away. St. Francis scores 2 goals in 2 minutes. The Wildcats trying to get on the board before the half. Alexandra Villalta fighting for possession. There's Taylor Bellotti shooting, but Sophie Malloy saves it. She would remain perfect in net, leading St. Francis to the 2-0 win, just 1 win away from taking home the West Catholic League title outright. The Homestead boys soccer team is having a great season this year and is ready for the playoffs.
The boys meeting Jake at the Rikus Center this week.
And here's the boys soccer team from Homestead High School. Make some noise! Oh yeah, we're riding high with the Mustangs, and what a win that they had Thursday night over Mountain View. Mountain View is a big powerhouse team. I'm starting off with Owen Gibbs. Huge win Thursday night. Just talk about what this win means for you and this team.
Yeah, it takes a lot to beat Mountain View, especially over the course of my senior year. We don't really beat them ever. It's nice to get 2 wins over them and go on and play high in CCS.
They were down 1-0, and then in the final 20 minutes, they flipped the switch. At the net, Leonardo Gonzalez, you are a freshman. You got called up in the middle of the season to play varsity, starting off with JV, but now you made the most of your opportunities in that big game. Just talk about how do you keep your composure when you're in the net?
I just locked in before the game, and once I go in, I say my prayer to my Lord and Savior, and I just go in with the mentality 11v1, and it's Jeepa.
I can get an amen for that. And finally, I'm making my way over to Robin DeCasper, another senior on this squad. So talk about what that grind has been over the course of this season when it comes to league play in the De Anza.
Yeah, it's really just, it's been like back and forth. Like we've had our ups and downs. The grind has like really like shown itself in our losses and our ties. Like tying twice to Los Gatos really put us in a bad spot, but like we always like learned to fight back and recover and do what we could to win.
Absolutely, and if I recall correctly, there's a guy that wants to give a quick shout out.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to our athletic trainer Dan and to my grandma. Yeah.
The Homestead Mustangs, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Take us out of the break.
1, 2, 3, Homestead! Delta Dental honors entire teams who perform well on the field and in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we recognize the St. Ignatius girls basketball team, the Wildcats, with a 3.28 team GPA.
Coming up, Live Oak and Leland for first place in the Santa Teresa division.
But first, here is our U.S. Bank Bay Area boys basketball poll. The Leland Chargers with a 1-game lead over Live Oak coming into the final 2 games of the season.
These 2 teams meeting at Leland Tuesday night with the league title on the line.
Eric John Wong and his family introduced during a really nice senior night for Leland. Here's Wong early first quarter slicing into the lane, flying to the bucket to give the Chargers an early lead. More Leland, Wong to Mattia Nucci, the senior, with a pretty high arcing 3. Live Oak battling back though. Nate Lozano to Sam Ellingson. Sam from deep. The senior had a nice game for the Acorns. Final seconds of the first, Nucci grabs the loose ball and just beats the buzzer to give Leland a 4-point lead after 1. Second quarter, the Chargers stay hot from the perimeter. Daniel L for 3.
Oh, the ESPN guys were loving that one. But Live Oak right back at him. Elijah Torres for 3 to cut the Leland lead to 5. Then Ellingson puts it into overdrive and scores to make it a 3-point game, but the Acorns would get no closer. Leland ending the half with 10 straight points, including this long buzzer beater from Cyrus Zhao. Nucci with an over-the-back celebration, and it's a 13-point Chargers lead at the half. Third quarter, it's another bomb for Zhao and an 18-point Charger lead. Leland keeps lofting it from deep. It's again. The Acorns with a bit of a third quarter run. Lozano gets the steal going end to end for the Live Oak bucket, but the Leland Chargers will win it. Wong with another of his 13 points in the game as the Chargers clinch the Santa Teresa Division title, looking strong heading into the Division III CCS playoffs.
The Harker School presents the Scholar Athlete Award each week, and this week it is Arabella Valbuena from the Notre Dame San Jose girls basketball team. Arabella with an incredible 4.52 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Upper school students gathered at the Rothschild Performing Arts Center last week to cheer on their friends taking the stage at the annual Hoskers, an award show style event presenting a wide variety of student performers. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week they bring us the Be Happy Play. It's a play guaranteed to make everybody happy.
This week's DGDG.com Be Happy Play goes to the Leland Chargers. Look at Cyrus Zhao hit the long shot to end the first half, and it goes. And Mattia Nucci was really sky-high happy about all of that. You want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com. Coming up, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
But first, here's this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, brought to you by Lumen Digital. Show your teen how you budget for household expenses and involve them in discussions about financial decisions. Digital banking apps with personalized dashboards make it easy to track spending by category and review in real time.
Play of the Week.
Let's begin Play of the Week with Bishop O'Dowd's Caden Gibbs. Caden getting the steal, then throwing down the two-handed jam. Off to the Kings Academy now for the final boss. Boss mode with the one-handed jam. Then it's his teammate, Claxton Ladine, with his own one-handed slammer jammer. But the Play of the Week this week goes to their teammate, Hezekiah Sayers, throwing it down with authority. One more time in slow-mo. Hezekiah Sayers with the Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week for the story of the Fremont soccer player, also an interpreter for her deaf father who coaches her team. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You will also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.